Welcome to this session on fun and easy ideas for Minecraft in remote teaching. I might get each of you just to quickly say who you are and where you come from. So I'm going to read, I'm Bron Stuckey, and I'm working on a project in Victoria for teachers using Minecraft, but I've been involved with Minecraft for quite a long while and other virtual worlds before that. So I'm going to go down the list in order that we have here. So Anastasia.
Hi there everyone, I'm Anastasia. I work usually at Ashburton Primary School, and I lead the team in Year 5.
Fabulous. Lynn Telfer.
Hi, I'm Lynn Telfer. I'm a Minecraft global mentor, and I work at the Wyndham Tech School. At the moment, I've been involved with Minecraft for about 5 years now.
Julie Powell.
Yeah, I'm at Rapania Primary School. I'm the principal, but I also teach across the school. So I'm trying to implement Minecraft mainly in the Years 3 to 6 level.
Adrian. We're not hearing Adrian. We'll go over to No Clue.
Hi, is my mic working?
Yep.
Hey, hello.
Hi, Lynn. How you doing?
Hey, good to see you again. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no. Sorry, I just flew in. I thought this was tomorrow night, so Bron will tell you I'm time challenged. I'm over in Wellington, New Zealand, and I just play Minecraft. That's all my kids think I do. No. Sorry, Bron, what? Just an introduction and what?
Just an intro, quick intro.
Yeah. I'm a technology teacher over in New Zealand. I've sort of migrated from the US, and Minecraft has always been one of the important tools in my toolkit, and especially now that we're all stuck home. So
cool. Well, not cool that you're stuck home, but cool that New Zealand is joining us. James just jumped on the call.
Oh,
hey,
yes.
How you doing? Hello.
Cool.
Hey, we
Hi.
hear you, James.
Yes.
We don't see you, but we hear you.
Nah, turn my camera off just for the minute. I've just got just trying to follow up with some final things at school. So
Your pajamas were not respectable.
I got a Richmond top on, so I didn't want to. Maybe I might offend a few people.
Great, thanks, James. Going down the. Did we get Adrian? I don't think we could hear Adrian. I can't see his mic on anyway. Danielle.
Yeah, I'm a grade 3 teacher, and we hadn't really done any Minecraft at all, and so I sort of feel very, very even further behind than I did before because I don't know, my mind obviously hasn't been in that mode. So yeah, I need to get my head back in the game.
Well, relax, because you're not Robinson Crusoe. Absolutely, everyone's pretty much the same. There's a few people dip their toes, but everyone's kind of set it aside a little bit to get on with getting a routine in place for working remotely. So don't go apologising. You're probably with the same place everyone else is. So yeah, don't feel bad about that. Joel.
Hey, I work with Anastasia at Ashburton Primary School, and yeah, we're just kind of kicking off Minecraft this year, but I've used it in the past, so it's good to be back into it though.
Fabulous. Melanie.
Hi everyone, I'm Melanie Hughes. I'm currently working for ACARA, the Australian Curriculum, as part of the Digital Technologies in Focus project team. And our role is to support teachers to implement digital technologies across the curriculum. Minecraft is a no-brainer, and I know Bron and have dabbled in the virtual learning space in all sorts of different virtual worlds, so always an area of interest.
Yes, everything old is new again. Some of us have been in Second Life and other games together, so Minecraft is the really nice extension of all of that. So, Tim, have I asked you? No.
No. Hey, so I'm from Newbury Primary School, digital learning specialist. I had just started working with the Year 4s, just got them onto Minecraft, and then obviously all hell broke loose. So I haven't thought about Minecraft for a few weeks now. But now that people are starting to get the processes and things happening, I'd love to work with some of the 4s over the next, probably in a few weeks' time, trying to get some Minecraft working remotely.
Great, thanks, Tim. Now who have I missed? James. Did we hear from James?
Yes, you heard from me
Yeah?
a little bit. Yeah, sorry. I was just trying to post one last thing. Sorry.
No, you're
now,
right.
so I'm now slightly back.
Slightly back.
I just had to finish something then, and I didn't want to miss this.
You're a shadow of yourself.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, the questions are, I think, from hearing other people just about where we are and who we are. I'm James. I'm from Aspendale Gardens. I'm the technology learning specialist there. And I did have the plan to use Minecraft with our upcoming unit with our Year 6s, because I'm a Year 6 teacher as well. But yeah, I just kind of, like a few people have said, put it on the back burner a little bit at the moment. And my colleague actually just sent me a link to this just to say, hey, this is happening this afternoon if you're interested. And yeah, see if I can squeeze it in so I can see how challenging it will be to get set up in this time. So yeah.
Thanks, James. And Helen. We'll just give us Helen a sec to unmute.
Hi everyone, I'm Helen and I currently work at Guyra Central School. I've got my video off, sorry, because I've got internet issues here, have had all day. I have changed roles at the school about, I think I'm on my 4th iteration at the moment, so it's made life a little bit challenging, to say the least. So I was teaching Tech Mandatory and doing a Minecraft unit in that, but in the last iteration of the timetable that has just come out, I'm no longer teaching Tech Mandatory. I do have Year 9-10 IST, and I do have a Year 8 digital media unit, plus I'm the careers advisor, and plus I teach business studies. So I'm looking at probably a way of going to try and incorporate Minecraft with my multimedia or digital media class, but I'm not quite sure yet. I'm trying to get my head around it all.
Great. Thanks, Helen. Have I missed any? There's a couple of people still trying to get in, but I think we'll make a start proper. In that this is meant to be a conversation, so let's interrupt when you feel like. I'll throw out to you to add to the ideas, but what we're really focusing on is less deep curriculum in today's session and more on fun, easy ways to get started with Minecraft, because that's what I'm hearing teachers want, and it's also something that our kids really desperately need. So I'm going to go to some slides, and this is, as I said, not meant to be a webinar, so I'm interruptible at any stage, and I just want to trigger some ideas and have you pipe in. That's a great idea, or if it's not, let me know, hit me over the head about it. So I'm just going to share my screen. So you should all be seeing the slide set, Minecraft in remote teaching. Is that happening for everybody? Cool. And I suppose I've broken this up into 3 parts: social, technical and pedagogical, because I think they're the 3 main aspects of what we need to think about. And I'm going to start with the social because for me it is the most important at this stage for our kids. So I want to start with a video that comes from a teacher, one of my heroes in the use of virtual worlds in teaching, and he's in North Carolina in the United States. And he's now a district tech advisor, but he's a champion for his students and for open-ended learning and for trusting our students. And so I want to start with this video because it really says where I think we should be focused. So let's see, I need to play the slideshow. And let's see.
New this morning, COVID-19 is putting a pause on education in the classroom, but video games are allowing students to stay connected. Devontae McKenna explains how classmates at Surrey Early College are making this possible.
This stay-at-home order has required us to get pretty creative, and it's no exception for the students in Surrey County. They're still holding club meetings each and every week, but they're doing so online in the world of Minecraft.
We're social creatures by nature. We want to have interactions with other people, and that's especially true of teenagers.
And that's not only true for teens. Check out these avatars.
Yeah, there's Shrek with the Infinity Gauntlet. Okay.
They're working together to build whatever they want using Minecraft. One example, this zombie theme park, complete with coasters as the main attraction. Everything you see here, these students create by hand, problem solving with a twist. Try doing this as a group, with social distancing as the villain.
And our students can come together in this virtual space, hang out, talk to each other, build and design and create things together, and just have fun and have that social experience virtually until they can get back together in the real world.
It's the real world they're getting life skills for, thanks to the challenges in the video game.
Also, if I could have someone's opinion, what kind of logs should I use for this house?
This week's project, build a campsite. With no other instructions beyond that, the students' creativity can run wild. Lakes, pools, cabins, tents, grills, and even a volleyball court. Working together, they're turning a blank slate into an interactive display.
Games, by their very nature, are engines for problem solving. When we play a game, you're typically solving some sort of problem. And the things that we're doing is we're having fun while we do that.
A career goal for Gillespie is to find where gaming and education meet. He wants to take that combination and send his students' success straight to space.
But they never cease to amaze me at how they'll take a challenge and just tackle it head on.
Back from space to the campsite is never game over. These students can work and build however much they want, hopefully firing up some life skills to get a big win. In Surrey County, Devontae McKenna, WXII 12 News.
And I think for me, that social experience is what our kids are missing out on more than anything else. And I think it's very important to take up that space, perhaps with a tool that we've got at our disposal, Minecraft. And let's think about how we could be doing some of that. You saw in that video a club, and you also saw they were using a voice channel because they were teenagers, but that's not necessary. You could be doing it all in the chat space. So for me, and those of you who've heard me talk before know that I'm a big proponent of self-determination theory, that I really think the place that Minecraft and tools like it can inhabit for our students is in that autonomy, competence, and relatedness. And so that relatedness is the point I think that kids need right now. They need that hangout, that play space, the playground they don't have right now. No matter where you're teaching at the moment, I think we're all pretty much online. And so Minecraft can be filling out that space. Now, just a little bit of research here, Ryan and Desi looked at motivation theory, and self-determination came up. These three key things were important to all human beings, the experience of autonomy, competence, and relatedness. And so when you're suggesting activities to your kids, you should be questioning, how am I hitting each of these? What are they gaining competence in? Are they getting choices, and are they getting to express themselves, build their identity, and are they getting to relate with each other? And that's a really important thing for us to focus on. I don't know why we're going backwards.
New this morning, COVID-19.
So
Okay.
Brian, you think they can the voice chat I find the voice chat to be okay, but not as the kids are gravitating to platforms like Discord and the chat. And so when some of the kids are playing in Discord and some are in chat, it does affect the gameplay. And I'm talking about from home. I'm not talking about in the classroom. So I don't know if you're wanting to focus on one thing or the other.
Yeah, I don't think it's, I wouldn't rule it out, but I don't think it's absolutely necessary. If Minecraft's new enough for kids and parents to deal with at home, then perhaps the voice strand of it might be too much. But it's an option, and there are plenty of tools. They're just not as easy, I don't think, for teachers to feel they can.
They're not as easy for teachers, and that's not what I'm saying, but what I was finding with my kids is some of them were jumping onto their own Discord channels.
Yeah.
And so that was definitely had an impact on the play. So.
Yeah. Well, I can see that some of them are affording more communication than others. The issue for me is, and it comes into this next screen anyway, nice segue, the lived curriculum. For me, being in Minecraft and learning to be a digital citizen is where it's at. You can't learn to be a digital citizen from a worksheet. You need to be in a space to do that. But there are some things that are very important to have in place in that space. On the left here, you'll see the Genderly screen, the rules they had for Minecraft in the classroom. And I'm not necessarily holding those rules up as ones you need to adopt, but what I'm saying is they're framed in a very positive way. So they're not don't, because there's nothing more soul destroying to kids or any of us to come into a set of rules that say, don't do this, don't do that, don't grieve, don't, and so on. So framing a set of rules positively is important, but even more important if the kids devise those rules. They know what play in other spaces is like. They know when they feel uncomfortable or when, they don't feel safe, and they can devise the rules that would work well for your classroom. So that's a great place to start, is talk about, okay, we're going to go online with Minecraft. What kind of rules do we want to have for how to behave? And how can we frame those in a way that's really positive, that speaks to how we should behave, not how we shouldn't? And I think there's a few issues there in terms of what you just mentioned, No Clue, about if you're also running a voice channel. Because if I open a classroom, say, for my students online, then as the teacher, I assume responsibility for what happens in that classroom at that time. Because if you're hosting a room, a world in Minecraft, and then you send the code to your students to join, then it's only open the time you're running it. As soon as you close it down, that's not open. Your responsibility inside that space is turned off. And I think the issue with kids in different channels is totally fine, at how much responsibility are you prepared to take for the channels that they're in. So for me, operating in a classroom, starting out with Minecraft as a remote tool, I wouldn't be offering a voice channel to the kids, because I would feel this is me personally, I would feel I had to take responsibility for that channel. If kids open it for themselves, that's a totally other story. And this is something parents will have to learn, is that if a student opens a world and then invites their buddies to come in, which they can do, then all of a sudden the teacher isn't responsible for that space. You may not even know that world is happening. And I don't want to discourage that, because I think that's one of the many flowers that bloom out of Minecraft, is the fact that kids can initiate worlds and open them up for their friends to come into. But then that parents have to bear some responsibility then if this is happening from home, or your students do. And so that set of rules, or set of a charter for how to behave online, is really important. Hold on, I've just got to admit some people. I've missed letting some people in, and I've lost my cursor just for a sec on the screen.
Just to do with that chat as well, that's one thing I loved about the chat in the classroom, was that the quietest kids now had an equal voice with the loudest kids. And nobody's typing in bold, everybody had the same font, same size, and everybody was as smart as each other on the text. So I actually found that a lot of the kids really showed their skills that they normally wouldn't do if it was verbal. And I suspect that would have been the same if I'd organised a Discord chat as well, that they just wouldn't have spoken up at all. So I've actually found the chat to be a really, really, a real equaliser and open up the world for the kids.
That's a great point. Thanks for that, Lynn. Yeah, I think that there are some pros and cons, and some kids and some teachers will be ready to do something like that. But my advice for someone starting new, it may not be the place to start. And Adrian's just saying he's hoping his mic's working now on his old PC. And some people are having slowdown issues. I hope that's not the case. I hope that's picked up. And we have a few more people have just joined us, so welcome. Lauren and John. And there was a third person, but I've missed the name. Anyway, so the lived curriculum is an important space, and I think we should have that discussion. We should have that discussion with our students on, you know, what's important, what rules do we want to have, and we don't want to have them bring the rules of other places or the norms of other places into their Minecraft space. Some of the kids you teach will play Call of Duty or World of Warcraft or Fortnite, and there'll be a different set of norms that they use in those worlds. Adrian, I think we're getting, can you mute? I'll just mute you anyway, just for a sec, because we were just getting some noise while you were sitting back down. So they bring those norms if we don't try and establish a set of norms, but the norms shouldn't come from the teacher. You're not the person most experienced in playing in virtual worlds. The kids are, and they're the ones we should ask what rules we would like to have. And I know I worked for 12 years with Quest Atlantis, and we only had 5 rules, and they were framed in a very positive way, that we wanted children to be kind to each other. And that was the underlying mantra in the system. So that conversation needs to happen. What do we want? What sort of behaviours? And what are the repercussions for breaking the rules? You know, and be open to the teachable moment, because these are children. They will make mistakes. And, you know, even in that video, we heard people use that dichotomy, real and virtual, but it's all real. You know, if you get cross with someone, or if you've had a bad day and you write a grumpy chat, a piece of grumpy chat, that's real. If you upset somebody else, the feelings they have are real. So we should respect the teachable moments. I used to get teachers to take the chat when people had posted something mean-spirited, strip off the names, the usernames, and then just look at the conversation and say, okay, why is this a problematic conversation? What happened here? What do you think was going on? And get the kids to think around how you could have dealt better with that situation. So don't be too upset if things do go a little bit awry. I remember once being in a virtual world, and this kid was following me around constantly, like just behind me everywhere I went. And it really started to feel creepy, like someone real was following me somewhere. So, so that those emotions that you have and kids will have are real. Lauren's having issues with audio. Lauren, it's being recorded, so if you have problems getting in, that's okay. We'll catch up with it down the track. So the lived curriculum is important, and especially for the social aspects of the game.